Hello everyone, I'm back with another painting tutorial and today we'll be painting an adorable illustration of teacups using watercolors. Starting off with a basic sketch. We'll be stacking teacups one on top of the other. Draw the longer and shorter sides of the cups on the alternate sides of the sheet. We have 5 cups in total and I'm drawing some patterns on them. Make sure your sketch is light. Wet the surface which you want to paint first. I'm using grey for the plate edges. Use it only on the edges, it will blend automatically inside if the sheet is wet. Using a darker shade of grey, I painted the lower part of the plate. Using a little blue on the edges. Starting off with the first cup. Wet the surface. I'm using a light shade of orange and then I'll be using some pink since I want the shade to be a little peachy. I'm using pink on the edges to make them look darker and deeper. The center of the cup should always be light since our source of light is from the front. Using pink, I'm drawing the folds of the cup. Using some more pink on the edges. I'm using red with a size 0 brush to make some details on the cup. Moving on to the second cup, wet the surface first. I'm taking lemon yellow first. Keep the center light by moving the pigment towards the edges. I'm using a darker yellow for the edges of the cup, still keeping the center light. I drew stripes over it with brown paint. For the third cup, wet the surface and I'm using a light turquoise shade. In case you don't have this shade, you can mix light blue and a little light green. Or you can even change the shade of the cup. I'm using a little light blue on the edges to make them look darker. Keep the center light by moving the pigment towards the edges. I'm using light blue to paint the curves. I'm using light blue on the edges to make them look darker. Blend them in with water. Keep your water level in control, since using more water can make your work look messy. Moving on to the fourth cup. Wet the surface first. I'm using a light shade of purple for the base. Taking a darker shade of purple, I'm highlighting the edges. I have a third darker shade of purple, but if you do not, you can stop at 2 shades. Keep the center of the cup light. For the handle, paint the base and then darken the points at which it merges with the cup and the edges. For the details, I'm using magenta. Moving on to the last and fifth cup, I'm using a bright orangish red for the base. keeping the center light. For the edges, I'm using maroon. Remember to keep the center light. Always add details to your cup after the surface is completely dry. I'm using details using blue. Now we'll be painting some florals. I'm taking light purple to draw some lavenders. Taking yellow to draw some similar florals. With pink, we make some flowers. Now with orange. Taking a darker shade of purple to highlight the lavenders. For the yellow structures, I'm using orange as the highlights. For the orange flowers, I'm using red, and for the pink petals, I'm using dark pink. I have taken a light shade of green first, and then I'm moving on to darker shades of green. Taking an even more darker shade. This is a very fresh shade of green, like olive. I'm taking the tapes off. I'm adding highlights to the plate and the cups using golden poster paint. You can even use glitter pens or sparkles. Here you are with an adorable illustration of teacups in watercolors. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, if you recreate this, you can send it to me on my Instagram handle, link for which is given in the description. Thank you for watching.